영어 동화 세상 리틀팍스.
People in the news. Jackie Chan. Hello, Little Fox readers, and welcome to People in the News, a new biography show just for kids. Each week, we'll introduce you to an interesting person who has accomplished amazing things in a variety of fields, such as business, science, sports, entertainment, and politics. Today, Olivia is going to tell you about Jackie Chan, an actor from Hong Kong who's famous for performing death-defying stunts. Here's Olivia with her fascinating report on this very successful movie star.
Thanks, Ben. Well, it's pretty incredible to think that when Jackie Chan was born in Hong Kong on April 7th, 1954, his parents were so poor they had to borrow money to pay for his birth. Jackie's father believed that learning kung fu would help Jackie to be strong, patient, and brave. He woke Jackie up early every morning, and the two of them practiced together. When Jackie was 7, his parents enrolled him at the China Drama Academy to learn the art of Peking opera, a form of traditional Chinese theater. Once really popular throughout much of China, it involves singing, acting, acrobatics, and martial arts, and a lot of difficult training. Students spent about 19 hours every day practicing physically demanding tasks like running while balancing cups of water and holding difficult martial arts positions for a long time. At the China Drama Academy, students were given very little food, and if they made any mistakes, they were beaten severely. On top of all that, the students weren't even taught to read or write at the school. Those were things Jackie had to teach himself when he got older. By the time Jackie left the China Drama Academy, it was almost impossible to find a job performing Peking opera, which was no longer very popular. But his training at school had given him all the skills he needed to be a stuntman. Along with some of his former classmates, Jackie started working in Hong Kong's film industry. Before long, he became known for his willingness to do just about any stunt you can imagine. Within a few years, Jackie wasn't just performing stunts for movies, he was acting in them too. But Jackie soon became frustrated with the way kung fu films were made. The films were similar to one another, and their tone was always very serious. You might be surprised to hear this about a guy who performs fight scenes, Ben, but Jackie actually hates violence. He does, however, love comedy, so he decided to try something new. Put humor into his movies by using unusual props, such as ladders or chairs, as weapons. Jackie was also willing to look silly in his movies, rubbing his head after getting hit or looking too tired to keep fighting. The first movies to feature Jackie doing this kind of physical comedy were Snake in the Eagle's Shadow and Drunken Master. The fight scenes in these movies weren't just action-packed, they were really funny, and audiences loved them. With his unique blend of action and comedy, Jackie was soon a huge star in Asia. The success of movies like Rush Hour and Shanghai Noon turned Jackie into a star in Hollywood, too. Another thing that makes Jackie's movies popular, and sets them apart from other movies, is the unbelievable stunt work that Jackie does himself. He has jumped onto a moving helicopter, slid down the side of a building, roller skated over a moving car, even jumped out of an airplane without a parachute, landing on top of a hot air balloon.
Whoa! It sounds like Jackie Chan isn't afraid of anything.
Actually, Jackie has admitted that sometimes he is very scared before trying a stunt. And he has good reason to be afraid. Over the years, he has dislocated lots of body parts, including his shoulder, pelvis, and sternum, and crushed his legs between two cars. One time, he was even slashed by a sword. Another time, he broke his foot and had to wear a cast. But guess what, Ben? Jackie had the cast covered and painted to look like his sneaker and continued filming that same day. His worst injury happened in 1986 while he was filming Armor of God in Yugoslavia. Jackie was jumping off a castle wall down to a tree branch. He did the jump fine, but he decided to do it again to try to make it look even better. The second time he did the jump, he missed the branch and fell to the ground, landing head first and fracturing his skull. That injury nearly killed Jackie, leaving him with a hole in his skull as well as a partial hearing loss in one ear. One good thing came from this terrible event, though. While recovering, Jackie realized that, despite his fame, he hadn't done much to make the world a better place. Remembering his own poor childhood, he decided to start helping kids. 2 years later, the Jackie Chan Charitable Foundation was born. This foundation provides scholarships for young people interested in the performing or technical arts and helps people who are suffering from natural disasters and serious illnesses. In 2004, Jackie started the Dragon's Heart Foundation, which raises money to build schools in remote areas of China. Jackie brings just as much energy and enthusiasm to these charities as he does to his movies. He is often very busy visiting children and attending fundraisers.
No wonder Jackie Chan is a person in the news. He's a pretty cool guy. Thanks for telling us more about him, Olivia. Well, that's it for this week, Little Fox readers. We'll see you next week when we meet another person in the news.
People in the news. Oprah Winfrey. Welcome back to People in the News, Little Fox's biography show. This week we'll be talking about American talk show host Oprah Winfrey. She's one of the richest and most successful women in the world today. But Oprah wasn't born wealthy, was she, Ben?
No, Olivia. Oprah was born into poverty in 1954. She spent her first 6 years living on a farm with her grandmother, Hattie Mae. The farm was very isolated, so Oprah's only companions were the farm animals and a doll that her grandmother had made from a corn cob. Despite not having any money, Hattie Mae was able to introduce Oprah to books, teaching her to read at a young age and instilling a strong love of learning. By the time Oprah was 3 years old, she was memorizing speeches and performing them at church. People were amazed by the little girl's talent for public speaking. But life changed for Oprah when she was 6. She went to live with her mother, who didn't place much value on education. She complained when Oprah read books, and she accused Oprah of thinking she was better than other kids. Suddenly, Oprah was being told that she shouldn't be smart, and this was very confusing to her. But Oprah's interest in learning couldn't be suppressed. When she started kindergarten, she quickly realized that she was brighter than many of the other students. So she wrote a note to her teacher saying she was too smart for kindergarten. The teacher agreed, and the next day Oprah was moved up to first grade. Oprah eventually went to live with her father, who insisted that Oprah get good grades. Another important influence was her 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Duncan, who encouraged Oprah to read a lot and often stayed after school to help her with schoolwork. Most importantly, though, Mrs. Duncan taught Oprah that, despite what anyone said, Oprah should be proud of herself for being smart. She's never forgotten that important lesson. After winning a beauty contest when she was 17, Oprah got a job as a newscaster at a radio station. During her sophomore year of college, a local television station offered her a job as a news anchor. Oprah was only 19, and she was already on TV. That was a difficult time for Oprah, though. She was starting her television career while still going to college. She went to classes in the morning and then worked at the station until 10 o'clock at night. She often stayed up until 2 or 3 in the morning, studying and doing homework.
How did Oprah go from being a news anchor to having her own talk show?
Well, Oprah wasn't a very good news reporter. When she was talking about tragedies, crimes, and other events, she often got upset and showed too much emotion. So the station moved her to an early morning talk show where she could be herself and interview guests in a more relaxed atmosphere. After filming her first episode, Oprah knew right away that hosting a talk show was what she wanted to do for her career. In 1984, Oprah moved to Chicago to host another talk show. Oprah did really well, and the show's name was soon changed to The Oprah Winfrey Show. Within a few years, it was the most popular talk show in America, eventually turning Oprah into a billionaire, as well as one of the most influential people in the world. The Oprah Winfrey Show ended in 2011. While it was on the air, it featured interviews with many famous people. But it also broadcast many inspiring stories about ordinary people who had dealt with tragedies or overcome challenging circumstances. Oprah often used her show to talk about important social issues, such as race, child abuse, and AIDS. She was open to talking about her own life, too, which was a big reason for her popularity with TV viewers. In one famous episode, she invited her former teacher, Mrs. Duncan, on the show. Many years had gone by, but now Oprah could tell her favorite teacher just how important she had been to Oprah. It was a special moment for both women. Oprah's show also provided an opportunity for her to share her love of books. She started a segment called Oprah's Book Club, in which she selected a new book to read each month. Audience members read the book along with her, and at the end of the month, Oprah invited the book's author to appear on the show. Most of the books Oprah chose became instant bestsellers, and her segment encouraged millions of people to read. Oprah is also passionate about acting. In 1986, she was nominated for an Academy Award, an important film industry award, for her role in the movie The Color Purple. Her interest in movies led her to start her own production company, Harpo Productions, which has made several movies based on books Oprah likes. But Oprah isn't only involved in the entertainment business. Over the years, she has frequently used her enormous wealth and influence to do important charity work. In 1998, she created Oprah's Angel Network, a charitable organization that encourages people to volunteer and help others who are less fortunate. Oprah's Angel Network has helped to build homes and schools around the world, as well as provide books and school supplies for disadvantaged students. In 2007, Oprah established a new boarding school in South Africa, the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. Oprah is very involved with this school for academically gifted girls. And guess what, Olivia? She even picked out the girls' bed sheets!
Thanks for the interesting report, Ben. It sounds like Oprah has never forgotten her own poor childhood and the important role that education played in her success. Well, that's it for this edition of People in the News. See you next week, Little Fox readers.
People in the News. Lionel Messi. Hello, Little Fox readers, and welcome to the latest edition of People in the News. Do any of you like to play soccer? Well, guess what? Today's person in the news is one of the greatest soccer players in the world.
That's right, Ben. I'm going to introduce you to Lionel Messi, who plays professional soccer, also called football in some parts of the world, for two different teams, the FC Barcelona club in Spain and the national team of Argentina. During his career, Leo has become known as one of the best soccer players of all time. That's a huge feat for one of the smallest players on the field today. Leo was born in Rosario, Argentina on June 24, 1987. His father was a steel worker and his mother worked part-time as a cleaner. Leo started playing soccer when he was just 5 years old, often using a soda can or stone as a ball. According to a family story, the first time he played, nothing happened when the ball came to his right foot. But when the ball rolled toward his left foot, he started dribbling as if he'd been playing forever. Soon Leo joined a local soccer club where people noticed his dribbling skills, along with his incredible speed and agility. By the time Leo was 11, many people had noticed something else about him. Leo was a lot smaller than most of the other boys on the field. Eventually, doctors realized that Leo had a growth hormone deficiency, a disorder that leads to slow growth in children. The medication for the disorder was very expensive, and his family needed help with paying for it. So, when one of the best soccer teams in the world, FC Barcelona, expressed interest in Leo and offered to pay his medical bills, he left Argentina and moved with his father to Spain. Leo was 13 when he joined the Barcelona team's youth academy. He was quite thin and short, standing only around 138 centimeters tall. His small size made him shy and quiet, so quiet, in fact, that he barely said a word for his first month with the team. But when the coaches warned other players not to tackle little Leo too aggressively because he'd get hurt, the players just laughed and said they couldn't tackle Leo. He was too fast to catch. Leo trained at the academy for several years, moving up quickly through the junior ranks. When he was 16, he played in the top division for the first time. The following year, he broke a team record when he became the youngest player, age 17, to score a goal for Barcelona during a league game. From that point on, Leo, with his powerful left foot, was a sensation in the world of professional soccer.
Did the medication help Leo?
Yes, although he's still pretty small for a professional male athlete, about 169 centimeters tall. In 2004, Leo was offered a chance to play international soccer on Spain's national team. But he declined, saying that he wanted to play for Argentina, the country where he had been born. Since then, Leo has participated in many major events for Argentina, including the World Cup. That's the competition held every 4 years for the world's best soccer teams. What makes Leo such a fantastic player is his amazing speed and skill with the ball. In fact, because of his small size and ability to dart up and down the field, his nickname is the Flea. Some people say that Leo feels the ball and can change direction faster than any other player can. He also just loves to play. He's told reporters that he has lots of fun playing soccer, just like a boy playing on the street.
So is Leo the greatest soccer player ever?
Well, Ben, soccer fans love to argue about that. Some fans claim that Leo can't be called the best until he helps Argentina win a World Cup title. And many Argentine fans question Leo's loyalty, since his record with Argentina is weaker than his record with his Spanish team. But Leo strongly defends his pride in playing for Argentina, insisting that he has never stopped being Argentine, even though he lives in Spain now. One thing is certain, Leo has earned a lot of money playing soccer. He is among the highest paid athletes in the world, earning millions of dollars a year for playing soccer and endorsing dozens of products. Off the field, Leo is still a quiet, reserved person who tries to follow the values he learned as a kid, being humble and showing respect to others. And he's also quite busy with many causes that help kids. Because of his own childhood health problems, he established the Leo Messi Foundation to provide access to education and health care for kids at risk. In another volunteer position, he serves as a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations, traveling around the world to spotlight issues that affect children, such as poverty and homelessness. Meanwhile, Leo is still scoring plenty of goals on the soccer field. In 2014, he became Barcelona's all-time top scorer. And he's won all of the sport's biggest trophies, including being named the World Player of the Year 4 times.
Wow, thanks for telling us about Lionel Messi, Olivia. The Flea might be one of the smallest players on the field today, but he's certainly a giant among professional soccer players. And thanks to you, Little Fox readers, for tuning in to another edition of People in the News.